Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 2 stocks that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow. I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions like we always do here on this channel. Before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, as always. And also don't forget to click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on these videos. Alright, so let's get started right off the bat. So today was a great, well, not a good day. It was a good day. It depends on which side you were on, whether you were bearish or whether you were bullish. I was bearish. Again, if you've been following the channel and you've been watching the videos, I have been telling y'all that this break right here was inevitable. I told y'all that we were gonna get to 4,200, and right now we are at 4,200. Now the question is, the main question that a lot of you have is, could we go lower? And honestly, I think that we can. I think that we can go just a little bit lower before we experience a bounce. We're gonna look at the daily, and we're gonna see how it's looking. So far, this is how the SPY is looking right now. It's like it broke right below this previous level of support where these dip buyers are, and it's right next to these individuals. So I think it can go lower and as low as around 41.20 before we see some type of bounce. All right, now this candle right here is the 24th. Yeah, this candle is the 24th, so we may see just a very long candle down, followed by an immediate push on that same day. We could see a dragonfly doji tomorrow, which is essentially this candle, because the sell-off is going to be ferocious, but it's not going to last for too long. It's just going to do so to bring some stocks where they need to, well, where they seem like they want to go, and I will address these stocks in a moment. Now, the first stock that all of you should be keeping in your watch list for tomorrow, that stock is CAT, Caterpillar. All right, and the reason why I want to share Caterpillar with y'all is because of this right here. If we zoom in closely, Number one, it's been selling off. Number two, the market is bearish. We get it. Number three, we're gonna go into the 4-hour time frame, and the pattern that I see is actually on here. You can see it's a bear flag. Actually, no, it's a bear flag. Yeah, it's a bear flag. Right there. All right, we can see that right here. And it broke down, I believe, on Thursday when everything started breaking down again. It's been a common trend, and now it looks like it wants to go even lower. It broke down today at around 9 a.m. We were looking at this thing for a breakdown out of this bearish triangle. All right, and then as you can see, it just kept going even lower. And the price target for it that I have for this one over here, I have it as 180.43, but I think that it could go a little bit lower than that. I think that we can drop all the way down towards $176 before we see some type of bounce like that. All right, so that's the first stock that all of you should be keeping in your watch list. Caterpillar for the bearish rectangle breakdown all the way down towards here. Now the next one that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, that stock is ANET. All right, and the reason why I like ANET is because of the daily time frame. If you look on here, it's very clean. Like, that head and shoulders is extremely bearish. We have the left shoulder right here. We got the head right there, and then we got the right shoulder right here. The neckline is looking it's really close at exactly, if it hasn't broken down already, Let me go onto the 4-hour and we'll see where it really lies. Let's see. Okay, so this is the 4-hour, and we got that right there at 119. And today it broke below it, and the breakdown was actually on here. If we go onto the 5-minute, I think it's on the 5-minute. Yeah, the breakdown is on here. If you go on the 5-minute, you can clearly see that there is a bear flag on here that actually broke down in the afternoon at 1, right there. Okay, this is bearish overall. This is bearish small picture, is bearish big picture. And if you go onto the daily and you zoom in on the left hand side, you can see that there's a giant gap right there that's still got to be filled. There may or may not be bad news on the stock that causes things to just flush down. All right, I don't know how fast it's going to drop, but I know that this is not something that I would tell people to dip buy right here. It's very, very dangerous to dip buy this thing at this moment. It could fall immediately. Therefore, watch this one for a potential short, since that's the environment that we're currently in this market. Now, let's talk about you guys' stocks and ventures. Y'all always drop some wonderful questions in the comment section. The first one is J&J. All right. Now with J&J, this one also is looking like it wants to collapse. There is a, I want to say, long-term trend on here. From here all the way to here. That's looking really vulnerable, people. Like if you're looking to buy this right here, it's a dangerous game that you're playing. And again, remember what I said with the SPY. Remember that I said that we could see a dragonfly doji, meaning we start off selling off aggressively, like super aggressively, like this, right? And then we end up closing actually above that trend line, above 160. So it could happen. There will be an opportunity for both shorts at first, and then the longs next. So that's my thoughts on it. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if we can close as a dragonfly doji on this one before we experience some type of like dead cat bounce, where we bounce like this, and then we consolidate, and then we potentially drop again. You never know. All right, but as of tomorrow, with J&J, this is not looking too great. After hours, it's down by $1, I think. Let's look. Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, it's over here. It's a little down. I think it's gonna drop some more. I'm not bullish on J&J again with the overall market conditions. Now, the next one that we're going to tackle, we're going to do an update on one of the stocks that I have mentioned. I think I've mentioned it. Maybe I've mentioned it. I think it's Twitter. I think I talked about Twitter in one of my previous videos. And the reason why I talked about Twitter is because of this. Yeah, I did mention it. Yeah, I did. So this is an update for those of y'all who showed it Twitter, right? I showed y'all this, and I told y'all to watch this one for a drop all the way down to 32.50. Yeah, it was over the weekend. All right, I told y'all to watch it for a drop to 32.50. I think it's gonna go lower towards 31.50. I think it drops even further. It's not ready yet. At least the short sellers are not ready to cover from the way this is looking. So watch this thing for a rebound around 31.50. All right, that's my honest thought on the stock. It's not changing. I'm not changing my opinion on that one. Now the last stock that we're gonna talk about, this one's gonna be a little fun. It's gonna be fun. And I know some people are like waiting for this thing to report earnings. All right, and that stock is MRNA. Now, MRNA has been obliterated for a long time. A long time, since the highs of 500. All right, earnings is tomorrow morning. Where is this thing going to go? Some people were asking about it in a Discord. Well, I'm going to share my thoughts on there for all of you as well. What I think is going to happen, the first thing that I see, I don't think it's going to magically fly. Okay, like first off, I'm bearish on it. Now the question is, how low can it go? Well, I think on here, well, this is what I saw. There is a descending triangle on the chart. It's setting up for a a earnings miss. This is setting up for a collapse. All right, the floor broke, and it really needs something super special to cause this one to immediately spike. I looked at their earnings report for the last quarter. I think it was like Q3 of 2021. That was the last one that was reported, and they missed on both the EPS and the revenue. And the EPS, they missed it by like, I think it was 18%, and the revenue they missed it by 20%. I think. Do your research on that. I think that's the EPS on this one is around like 9.8. The last one for Q3, the expectation was at 9.3. And they missed it. They missed on both. I think they're gonna miss again. And I think that it's gonna collapse all the way down to $80. That's what I think. That's my very honest opinion on this one. If you got YOLO puts on there, I think you're gonna get paid. I think. Alright. So yeah, that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot and allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on these videos. If you would like to be part of our private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you are not following us on social media, you can find me at NGumah at the PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I'll list some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.